everybody, Troy from Country Wood Products. I have this Sawbuck, which I love and I use heavily, but I've been using it for tree limbs so far, and it served its purpose very well for me. And what I've had is I'll slide the limb on, cut it on to a mark I made here, slide it, cut it, slide it, cut it. Works great for tree limbs because they're round and they like to flop around, and this grabs and catches and holds them. I like it a lot. But I have an abundance of sawmill slab wood left over from my picket fencing. I was buying sawmill slabs for, well, my garden fences, my 8-foot picket fences around the property, and the odds and ends that are too small to be worth cutting. By the time I cut the ends off here, to have 3 inches, not worth milling out and putting up. These pieces are still good for something. There's a good bit of meat there for firewood, and I want to make campfire wood bundles with the behemoth pile of slab wood ends that I have over there. So what I'm doing is I've got this idea. I'm going to take off this marker, and I've got a board sitting up here marked every 16 inches. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to extend these back rails up, and then I can put my slabs in and cut without hitting my marker. Before I was doing it and I was hitting my sacrificial board, but that's not necessary. By the way, that's only $50, I think it was. I'll put the link down below because it's a really good tool. I've been using it and I love it a lot. And when I get it to here, then I'm doing limb wood. I can still use it for the limb wood, but now I can do up to 8-foot lengths, and that is going to be helpful. So let me get this out of my way. There shows it holds an 8-footer just fine. I've got to get the old board out. See, I've been hacking at this one a lot. I originally set this one up because a customer wanted 15.5 to 16-inch pieces, and it was very precise for him, but that's gone now. They have one on this? Huh? I can't see. Oh, there it is. Reuse those screws. I'm going to get this one out of the way. And also the idea is to get it set up where my chainsaw goes in between the supports, and I have no risk of ever hitting one. That didn't work easy. Trying to stay out of the way of the camera sometimes gets awkward. Okay. Now, I'm gonna get some uprights for here. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna screw on some scrap 2x4s on each of those 4, and then I'll screw that on, and we should have a good stand. I don't know how high I need to go, but should get a clamp on this maybe. Yeah, I'll be right back. I got an idea how to make this go easier. So these happen to be some 2x4s I had laying around from another project anyway. And they're gonna work perfect for this. And they'll help keep me from hitting the metal in the off chance that I might slip anyway. It's gonna help me. It's gonna be a benefit and keep me in here on the cut and off the metal. Very good. Multiple benefits. I like multi-purpose things. Alright, let me get these other two on. So now I need to get it to a height where it's not too high for me to use to line up my boards, but high enough to where any slabs are not going to get in the way. Hope that's big enough. Probably not big enough. I might have to pre-drill this. I definitely want to stay in between these lines. That way, this will be universal now. Okay. Probably about there. I didn't know. Can't get the tension on that alone. I think that's going to work. Gives me an idea where I'm going to cut. Good. Now we can try it out. Get a piece on there and fire up a chainsaw and see how it works. I like it. I think I'm going to put a stopper out here though. I cut one short. So there, my end piece ended up a little long and the first piece was a little short. But there, there's a part of a bundle of firewood already. Yeah, I think I'm going to put another board back on here and put that stopper on. Well, it took me some thinking, so I did this off camera. I put a brace across here. I put two uprights, which I'm going to snip off so they're not in my way. But they're also going to prevent me from hitting the blade on the metal. So I'm going to cut this one off and put it here, and I'm going to put another one on the other piece. So everything is going to be totally secured. All 4 of those will be secured from me hitting a chainsaw on it. Same like here, if I slip, I can't hit but the wood. I won't hit that metal. Because I have nicked it before, and that is quite annoying in the middle of work, and you nick the metal. And you got to resharpen the chain. So, I've done some measurements. I hope I did it right. I'm going to snip these off. I've got a board sitting here to be cut. It's a lightweight one, so this will be a good test to see if anything really lightweight will hold in place. Slippery. It's getting icy. Everything's freezing. Really now? This is hilarious. Okay. Much better bundle. Much better cut. Way better. Now I was going real slow because I do have this here, and on these 2 cuts I'm going to buzz through fast, zip, and then slow down at the bottom end, just so I don't nick that up any better. But here I'll be able to fly through, especially with more weight on there and more pieces. It should hold itself down better. But the true test is going to be in the cut. So let's go get some pieces, stack it up on here, and see what happens. Well, I've loaded this up pretty good. Some are a little over, so I'm going to have to nip off these edges before I can start. That's going to be tricky. Some of this came from a 12-foot bundle, but for the most part I usually get 8-footers. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to fire up the chainsaw and gear up. Oops. I tried to do this for the camera and I forgot that outer cut. Well, other than that, it worked. The wood is iced. It's a little weak, Ryobi. and you can hear it hang in some of the knots. But other than that, I got me a pretty good stack of wood. That's a nice handful for each pass. That's pretty decent for a minute of work. If I had done it right, there's a couple bundles in just a couple minutes. Not bad at all. I think this is going to work out really good. Now I'm going to go in for a coffee break. I'm going to call this a day on, well, in this video, I'm going to carry on. I've got a massive pile of slabs to process and get out of here. And I've used them for stickering boards all over the place. It's time to start getting them processed into campfire wood bundles. Now, something else coming soon. Stay tuned for it. Next, a very important necessary thing, a firewood bundler. So I'm going to make my own frame for bundling my firewood. So stay tuned for that. Please like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll be back soon.